Mitch ditched the checks, yes, after what seems like a surprisingly long fight, even though it's only been about 4 days. The Mitch McConnell has refused to bring the $2,000 checks up to a vote in the Senate. Let's briefly dive into what that actually means for you and what it means for the most important part of this, the Georgia Senate races. Now, what it means for you, you're not getting your checks. It's that simple. Sorry to break it to you. I know Senator Sanders is planning on continuing his planning on following through on his filibuster threat, but that's not going to, at the end of the day, matter to Mitch McConnell because they can just override it on New Year's Day. However, the big thing, as I mentioned before, is the Georgia Senate races. So let's take a look at this. So, right now, here is the situation as it stands. As of yesterday, Donald Trump is for $2,000 checks. Mitch McConnell is against them. Democrats are for them. Loeffler and Perdue are against them. And the people of Georgia are for them. How they stand after Mitch McConnell said, I'm not going to bring these up for a vote, is Trump is for them. The GOP with Mitch McConnell is against them. Loeffler and Perdue are for them. Democrats are for them, and the people of Georgia are for them. However, because Loeffler and Perdue have come forward and said, we support these checks, Democrats now actually have if they were to vote with the Democrats, there would be a majority of people for these checks. Meaning they can say they support them, but not that they would vote for them or vote against Mitch McConnell. So that's immediately turned this big debacle into a big debacle for the GOP. You see, you know how we're getting $600 checks from the coronavirus relief package? Well, that was meant to be their big, look, the GOP is effective when we're in charge of the Senate. Look, you're getting $600. And that was great. Until Trump managed to screw it all up for them, or screw it up intentionally for them, by saying, you know what? Actually, every American should have $2,000 checks. Which, of course, screwed over the GOP excessively by moving the parameters from $600 to $2,000, which virtually everyone was in favor of the second Trump came out in favor of it. Democrats had always been in favor, and if Trump said it, your average Republican was in favor. Now, already, Trump's been accusing the GOP of being seditious and disagreeing with him, so this isn't going to help them on that account. So already they've set up a bit where your average Trump supporter may very well not turn out for Loeffler and Perdue, and they need them in a race that's going to come down to a few thousand votes, probably. But also, it's destroyed the GOP's propaganda efforts to be like, no, see, we're effective, we want to help you, and then killing $2,000 checks. It's also made Loeffler and Perdue not help their two-faced narrative, because guess what? When you are on the record as saying, I'm against $2,000 checks, and then put on the record as saying you're for them, that's some fun campaign ads, and also makes people view the GOP Congress as incompetent. Lastly, and vastly most importantly in my opinion, it further encourages people to think that you can't have an opposing Senate, or an opposing Senate with a president, otherwise it will be incompetent. So you can't have a Republican Senate and a Democratic president, otherwise nothing will get done. And people want stuff to get done. So, if you're wondering the biggest effect about Mitch McConnell using his strategy, you know the big strategy I said fails in the last video, it's gonna fail again. And it is going to hurt Republicans where it really matters to them, their pocketbooks and their political control. So with all that being said, if you like the video, drop a like and a comment down below. If you want to see more from the channel, click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted when new content is released. If you want to hear more from me outside of YouTube, I have a Twitter, @OneManThinkTan1, the Roman numeral, link down in the description below. And as always, and most importantly, have a wonderful day.